Hey, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. That is St Mary's Church Westport.
That's St Mary's Church Westport, but it's not the original St Mary's Church Westport.
Yeah.
The original church of St Mary's was built in 1813, and it was a stone-built church, a completely different style from what you see today. In fact, the facade that we're looking at right now wasn't put up until 1961.
And why was it changed?
The original 1813 church had become too small by 1928 and for the congregation that was there, so they needed to provide extra space. Now if you look at the church as you see it today, you can see that to either side of the church there are two houses. One is the presbytery and the other is Carabeg House, and they were there in 1928. So when they wanted to extend the church, they couldn't extend them lengthways. They had to break out the back wall and put on a large extension onto the back of the building that we see today. Okay? So the original church was replaced in two stages. The first big extension went on, was completed in 1932, and the second part of the building was put up. This is the facade that we can see here, was completed in 1961.
And was it set back much further than that now?
It was in fact set further forward onto the street,
Onto the street.
the original street.
Okay.
And the railings that you can see that run along the presbytery and along in front of Carabeg House were once continuous, and they ran right in front of the old church.
The older church was much more classical in appearance, isn't it?
It was more classical in appearance, and the people liked it, and it fitted well into the landscape of Westport town. And at the time when it was proposed in the late 1920s, early 30s, to build a replacement and to build it in concrete, there was quite a bit of controversy about it. The people didn't want a stone church to be replaced by a concrete structure.
Well, the older one I think looked a bit nicer, did it?
Well, so a lot of people think so. I like this building, but a lot of people think that the older church was nicer.
Yeah. So we'll go inside and have a look inside.
Okay.
So we have Our Lady.
Yeah. The facade itself was designed. Hi, how are you doing?
Oh yeah.
The facade itself was designed by a team of architects from Cork called Boyd Barrett, and he had previously built the Department of Trade and Enterprise in Dublin, in Kildare Street, and he cooperated on that building with a lady called Gabriel Hayes, who was a sculptor, an Irish sculptor. And she made a beautiful bas-relief for the building in Kildare Street. So when he was invited to build this facade, he asked her, Gabriel Hayes, to make a statue to grace the Church of St Mary. So she's made a beautiful Madonna in bronze.
In bronze.
Yeah. I think it's one of the nicest representations of Our Lady in the church. Gabriel Hayes did a lot of sculpture in churches, and in fact she's famous for building the life-size Stations of the Cross in Galway Cathedral, and it took her 18 years to build those statues. Other things she's famous for are these three coins. The designs on these three coins. These are the decimal coins that we did in 1971.
Well, they're recent, really, aren't they?
Yeah, she provided those Celtic designs for those coins, and she loved the fact that people were carrying her designs around in her pocket.